Back here on the weekend with Anthony Opperman, CAA Tournament weekend tipped off last night down at the Richmond Coliseum. Day number 2 about to get underway. VCU, among other teams, in action today. And to provide a little bit of economic insight, because obviously we like to take a little bit different spin on this show, and we talked about the economic impact of the Super Bowl in downtown Indianapolis with Scotty Wise of Scotty's Brewhouse, and certainly the CAA Tournament has a similar effect for businesses in downtown Richmond, specifically those in the Coliseum area and those few blocks surrounding the Coliseum. And certainly one business that's right in the epicenter of the CAA Tournament this weekend, the Richmond Marriott and T. Millers. And here to kind of talk a little bit about that, representing the Richmond Marriott, Scott Paradine. Scott, first and foremost, thank you so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it.
Good morning, Anthony. Thanks for having me.
Well, Scott, just take me through, first and foremost, the preparations that you guys make. Obviously, you've been the host hotel for the CAA tournament for several years now. Just talk about what goes into the planning process for this weekend. We
have had the CAA and have been in their headquarters for several years, and our affiliation and partnership with the Colonial Athletic Association is one of the proudest partnerships that we have. For the last few years, we've really been adding to the experience at the hotel, not only for the teams and the fans that stay with us during the weekend, but also for all of the locals and fans that travel in with their teams. We added in 2009 T. Miller Sports Bar and Grill, which has a very natural home in the course of the CAA Championship weekend, being the closest sports bar to the Richmond Coliseum. So that's really added to what we do. And then this year we're taking it a step further by really going over the top and theming our lobby and T. Miller's and everything else around the weekend. We've added additional sale points for food and beverage, beer most specifically, which is in high demand, throughout the course of the weekend, all over the hotel. So we're looking forward to a great crowd this weekend.
Scott, tell me about the increased traffic in the hotel. I mean, how does having the tournament on this particular weekend influence the number of rooms that you guys book?
You know, it's huge for us. This is pretty far and away our biggest sales volume weekend of the year at the Richmond Marriott, and has been historically. We'll sell out for every night of the tournament, right up to championship night potentially. And then our volume in the sports bar, our other lobby bar, and then the Starbucks and the other outlets in the lobby will be the highest that volume will be all year. We are projecting to beat last year's record on CAA Saturday if Mother Nature cooperates.
Scott Paradine from the Richmond Marriott joined us here on the weekend with Anthony Opperman, talking about the economic impact of the CAA tournament here in Richmond. And Scott, I'm kind of curious. Is it a good thing or a bad thing for you guys if a school like VCU and VCU being here in Richmond makes it to the championship on Monday? Or would you guys rather see two teams like, Delaware and Hofstra playing in the final, because at that point you've got some people from further away?
Well, I'll tell you this, Anthony. As the headquarters hotel for the championship and home to about half the teams that are playing in the championship this weekend, officially I have to remain pretty neutral on that. But I will tell you that in terms of traffic in our outlets, the farther the VCU goes, the happier we are. And we've also got a partnership with VCU Athletics throughout the course of their regular season, which is another affiliation that we're very proud of. So, of course, when the hometown team does well, we're very pleased with that.
And certainly, I guess, too, if the VCU is still in it Monday, and certainly if VCU are happening to win it Monday, the closest local sports bar, it seems like a natural place to celebrate, right?
It does. You know, we've had good crowds, particularly before the game, for the last couple of championship Mondays. 2 years ago, when William and Mary made it to the championship against Old Dominion, we had William and Mary staying with us along with a significant fan block for them. And about 2 in the afternoon, one of our staff happened to hear on the radio that the quote-unquote official William and Mary pre-party for the championship game was going to be T. Miller Sports Bar and Grill. not a decision that we had any hand in, so there was some significant scramble on our part to get ready for the crowd that hit us about 2 hours before the game started. But it really was a very fun kind of festival atmosphere in the lobby prior to that game.
Scott Paradine from the Richmond Marriott, also T. Miller's Sports Bar and Grill down at the Marriott, talking about the CAA tournament this weekend. And when do teams start coming in, Scott? When do you guys start seeing the traffic start to matriculate that way?
Our first teams arrived on Wednesday night, and then our official kickoff for the weekend is the CAA's awards banquet, which took place at the Marriott on Thursday night. And that's really prep for that banquet. And as teams start rolling in on Wednesday and Thursday is when we really start to see the fruits of our planning come together and start to get very excited about the coming weekend.
Scott, obviously we're right in the thick of CAA Saturday. What are some of the plans for the remainder of the weekend?
Well, we got to see how the weather holds out today. And that will affect our planning throughout the course of Saturday. We've got a total of about 250 employees that work full-time at the Richmond Marriott, and all of them are on this weekend, right through Sunday, and then Monday night, obviously our sports bar and the lounge will be fully staffed as well. But we've got everybody at the hotel ready to service everybody that comes through, whether they're staying with us or just stopping in for a beer or passing through the lobby and hitting Starbucks. And we've thrown a lot of planning over it over the last weeks and months with the partnership of some of our vendors, have really gotten ready to service a large volume of people this weekend. And now we just got to execute and have all our people ready with smiling faces and ready to serve.
Any specials or promotions going on at T. Miller's, or even more specifically, if somebody were to come down there, any recommendations specifically on things to get?
Wow, I'll tell you, we've got some great beer specials going on in the restaurant this weekend, and we expect that to be the big seller. We also put out a completely new menu about 2-3 weeks ago that's been very popular with the lunch crowd that we're looking forward to showcasing this weekend as we focus on speed and getting people over to the Coliseum in time to see their teams play.
Well, I know I've had the Frito pie. Is that still a part of that lunch menu?
Yeah, it's still there.
Very good. That's music to my ears. Scott Paradine from the Richmond Marriott talking about hosting the CAA tournament this weekend. Scott, when you guys look back on it, what are some of the things that when you recap this that you're going to be looking for in order to maybe take it to the next level for next year?
Well, for us, it's all about keeping the CAA championship in Richmond for as long as we can. And I think over the last couple of years in particular, again, over the last about 2-3 years, in partnership with the city and with the folks over at the Coliseum, I think everybody's really stepped up their game quite a bit to show the CAA that Richmond values this weekend tremendously and the economic impact that comes with it, and that we're interested in keeping the tournament here for as long as they'd like to be here. I think last year, the city went a step further by opening up the 6th Street Marketplace as a passageway between the headquarter hotel and the Coliseum. That helped us with traffic. It improved the guest experience headed over to the tournament, and I think was a big win. And the other major win last year was obviously the Fan Fest, the Battle of the Bands, and then everything that's going on in Freedom Plaza right in front of the Coliseum, which really has been an upgrade to the experience for the weekend. And we're hoping that if the weather holds off today, everybody can take full advantage of it once again.
Scott, that's all really great stuff. Best of luck to you guys this weekend. Hopefully I'll be able to make my way down at some point. And looking forward to catching up and seeing how everything kind of came together. I know you guys have put a lot of work into it.
Well, if you make it down at any point today, look for me at the concession stand by the escalators. I'll be the one hawking beer and pretzels.
Isn't that amazing? It's almost like minor league baseball, Scott. I mean, it doesn't matter what your title is. In times like this, you're just thrust right into the thick of it.
Hey, when I said all 250 employees, I meant all 250 employees.
That's Scott Paradine from the Richmond Marriott talking about the CAA tournament. Of course, the Richmond Marriott and T. Miller's the host for the CAA tournament in Richmond this weekend. Stay tuned. We've got more tournament talk when we come back here on The Weekend with Anthony Opperman.
The Weekend with Anthony Opperman continues next on Sports Radio 910.